When I was referred to Homestar, I had this image in my head that they were for mums that were just kind of a bit lonely, that wanted someone to have a cup of tea with or go to the park with because they didn't really have a friend network. My goodness, my opinion changed.
You could tell there was something wrong when the consultant went out of the room and then brought another consultant in. He had something called twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, something that happens with identical twins. It was in God's hands and they gave them a 2.5% chance of survival.
I was 16 years of age. I got myself into drugs, alcohol. Getting pregnant was not planned. Never knew I was even pregnant until the day I went to have my boy. I met my 2 kids' dad, where from smoking and drinking it became violence. I always took my anger and frustration out on the children.
My dad was an alcoholic who progressed through addiction for many years, and my mum was a drug addict. So from about the age of 5, 6, I was doing housework, changing nappies, making bottles. My mother's very abusive in an emotional way, in a physical way, and abusive in a sexual way in the terms that because I was different as a child and I didn't want to conform to the religion of the house, I was sexually abused to purge me of demons because I was believed to be possessed. Whenever my mum was home, there would be drugs hidden all over the house for her own personal use or for her to sell to other people. And so by the time I got to 9 and I couldn't cope with my feelings as a person, I turned to drugs myself. At the age of 15, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, and I was sectioned. And so I was offered a place in a rehabilitation facility. I took it and I didn't look back, and I met my children's father in there. It was a very destructive relationship. He controlled every aspect of my life, down to who I saw, who I spoke to, what money I had, how much petrol was in the car. He would check the mileage on the car. He was mentally very cruel, very abusive. I didn't leave my house after I separated from him for about 18 months because I was too scared. My health visitor referred me to Homestar after I was diagnosed with postnatal depression.
There's a huge need. There are loads of families out there who, mostly not through any fault of their own, are desperately in need of help. Perhaps people who haven't had good parenting themselves.
The first 4 years of Oliver's life, he required 24/7 oxygen. Oliver has chronic lung disease and reflux with aspiration. We've nearly lost Oliver several times. My life without Home-Start, I think, would be a lot different. I wouldn't have had the help, emotional support that have really helped us as a family get through this.
If it wasn't for the help that Home-Start offers some of these vulnerable families, I think that they would just fall through the net, because we go into the home and actually support the parents in the home.
Treasure was about 9 months old when I got evicted from my old place. I went homeless. I was referred to Homestar. My children were on team around the child at that moment. After the support, there's much more laughter.
In my teaching life, I came across difficult children, difficult family situations, sad scenarios. What a pity that these families, these children, weren't given more support and help early on before they ever got to school age.
I think without Homestar, I would think I would still be on drugs, alcohol, or I'd be somewhere else. My children would have been taken.
I couldn't have got through it without them. I really don't know how I would have coped.
It gave me the confidence to rebuild my life, to move forward. That's what Homestar does. Builds a bridge to normal living, which is what I needed.